welcome back to the Wild West Digest. I'm Scott, your host, and if you watched my previous video, you will have seen me do a potential TBR for the June on the Range reading event, an event that's coming up in just a couple of weeks, in which you are, you read Westerns. That's the whole point of it. A couple of things have happened since then that are pretty exciting, and I thought I would share with you. Number one, and perhaps the most important thing, is that Michael K. Vaughan must have seen my video and has officially deputized me as a co-host for next month's event. So get ready to see more of my face on your screens throughout the month of June as we talk all about Westerns. Now, because of that, I left off some important stuff in that previous video because I didn't know I was going to be a co-host. So I didn't share it with you, and I'm going to do that in this video. The other thing I was going to do is show you some other Westerns I have in my collection, just sort of to move through and show you what other options there are out there. I've only really been collecting Westerns since June on the Range of last year, if you can believe that. I mean, I think I had a couple in my collection prior to that, but I have kind of gone whole hog into the Western thing since then. I mean, it's not tons. I've got about 50, as I mentioned in a previous video, but there's some pretty interesting stuff in here that I wanted to share with you. Some interesting authors, some cool covers, a couple of other things like that. I do have some neat additions that are going to be coming up in June, including a couple of road trips, not very far, but there's some stuff near me which I think will be of great interest to June on the Range fans, so watch out for those. Now, let me go through my responsibilities as a co-host and to discuss the rules of participating in June on the Range. And I'm going to preface this by saying one of the reasons I'm such an enormous fan of June on the Range as a reading event, I mean, obviously I like Westerns, but one of the reasons that I'm a fan of the event itself is because it is probably the most casual event on BookTube. And what I mean by that is the real core rule is read a Western. That's it. If you want to just read one Western, you are officially participating in June on the Range. But Michael, from the very outset, came up with a couple of other rules. I'm going to keep doing the air quotes. A couple of other rules that you can pepper into your June on the Range TBR if you so wish. Number one, consider reading something by Louis L'Amour. As other people here have discussed, Louis L'Amour was a hugely prolific writer of Westerns. He wrote other stuff too, but he's really, really well known for his American Westerns. And his stuff has been adapted into films, into comics. He is ubiquitous. And if you go into used bookshops and find a Western book section, you will likely find that the majority of books on those shelves are going to be by Louis L'Amour. So do consider reading a Louis L'Amour novel if you've never read one before, or if you have read one before. There's a lot of fantastic stuff out there. I've only read 2 or 3 since I first participated in June on the Range of last year, and I've enjoyed all of them. So Louis L'Amour, that's it. Read one Louis L'Amour. Another author that's highly recommended as being one of the rules for June on the Range is Zane Grey, the author of Riders of the Purple Sage. If you've never read Zane Grey, again, hugely prolific author, wrote some fantastic stuff. I've read a few Zane Grey books as well over the months, and have enjoyed them immensely. Whether or not I actually get to a L'Amour or a Zane Grey this coming June on the Range is to be seen. I picked out 5 books, as you may have seen in my previous video, and I'm really going to try to stick to those 5 and see how far I can get. Now, if for some incredible reason I plow through those and have lots and lots of time to read some other stuff, I will definitely read a L'Amour and a Grey, and I will likely document my acquiring a couple of those from one of my favorite local bookshops. So stay tuned for that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. No, not really. That's about it. The other thing, too, is that June on the Range is coming up. It's as I record this video, it's a couple weeks away still. I was also going to mention some of the other book reading events that I'm going to participate in this summer. I am going to do Rocket Summer in July. because I, again, had a great time with that last year. And also, even though it's a summer-long reading event, I will be devoting my August, not to Garb August, but to Book Trek, which technically I believe is the 3rd month. It's a 3-month thing. So I will be reading Star Trek novels in August. That will be what you'll be seeing on this channel. So that is about it. So let me put that list aside and just show you some of the stuff that I have that I've pulled out over here that you may find interesting. Now, if you've watched my previous video of not the previous, but one before that, when I went to the Los Angeles Vintage Paperback Collectors Show, you will have seen quite a few of these books already. And if you go back and watch that one, you'll also see why I picked some of them up. But there are some other neat things in here that I wanted to share. For example, I only have one, even though there were several of these, over 100, 200, maybe even more. I don't remember how many it was, but I only have one Ace Double Western. I really want to get some more. But I have A Trap for Sam Dodge by Harry Whittington. And then on the flip of that is High Thunder by Lee Florin. And it's bagged because the ones I bag, I tend to bag the stuff that's in really, really nice condition. So that one is in great shape. Let's see, what else do I have over here of interest? Let's see, you've seen that. I only have one Luke short novel. I know some people talk about reading Luke short, and this is Paper Sheriff. I have not read it, but I've heard very, very good things, and looking forward to reading that one at some point. I talked about this one, I think last year in one of my videos. I had picked this up for, I think, 25 cents from a bookshop. It was on a sale rack outside, and it's a Stagecoach, Station 34 by Hank Mitchum. There are a lot of these, and I have not read it yet. If you look inside here, you'll see there's quite a list. And it's coming in nice and clear. My camera's cooperating for once. You can see all the books there, and I really, really want to read this very, very soon to see if this is a series I want to invest in, because it seems like it could be a lot of fun. Oh, speaking of Zane Grey, this is the last Zane Grey I read, I believe, Horse Heaven Hill, and it was pretty good. Kind of more of a romance Western, if that makes sense. Okay, apologies. There was somebody at the door. Okay, so the last Louis L'Amour book I read was this one, Taggart, which I quite enjoyed. And you'll see it's quite slim. Most of the L'Amour stuff is slim. And in fact, most Western stuff is very slim. You know, no more than, say, 200 pages or so. So you're not investing a lot of time and energy into reading this if you want to get into them. Got a couple of Max Brand books here, and I've read 2 or 3 Max Brands already and quite enjoyed them. I read this one, Showdown at Sunset. This was pretty good. Harry Sinclair Drago. I love that cover. It's a fantastic cover there. Some other neat stuff. I've got a lot of pockets, bantams from the 50s mainly. This one is, and you'll see one of the reasons that I picked some of this stuff up, it's cover buys. This is Blackleg Range by Bennett Foster. Just a terrific cover there. And again, this one is in fantastic shape, so bagged. That one I've shown. I've got some books by L. Cody. This one's interesting. I have not read it, complete and unabridged as it's promoted. It's a pocket book by Emerson Howe, or Hauff. The Covered Wagon. So kind of a pioneer book, but that could be an interesting read. Let's see what else we got here. This I got recently, and I think I already showed this one off. And this is in really, really nice condition. It's A Lady with a Gun by J.A. Shears. And I think there's only one other Western by J.A. Shears. I may be wrong on that, but I got that, and I'm pretty happy to have it in my collection. Lots more Max Brands. This one is kind of interesting. This is another old pocket, and it's Steel of the Royal Mounted. So it's effectively a Western, but it's Canadian, so that could be pretty interesting. And speaking of pocket, this is the Pocket Book of Western Stories. It's kind of a neat little collection there of some stuff. Oh, this was also mentioned by one of my fellow co-hosts, Six Gun Planet by John Jakes. So a little science fiction Western, so there's always options to read stuff like that. Well, Cody, Max Brand. Anyway, the whole point was me to just sort of show off some of these covers. Oh, this is actually a pretty cool one. The King and Four Queens. This is a novelization of a movie with Clark Gable, and you will see, hopefully, that is by Theodore Sturgeon. So some of you may be familiar with Sturgeon's science fiction, but he also did stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And then this is another one that I had a recommendation for, the author anyway, Bill Human, or William Human, Heller from Texas. The quote I have from a friend of mine is that he is a hard-boiled Western writer. Well, these Westerns, anyway, have sort of a hard-boiled quality to them, so more cool stuff to read. So, yeah, I've got a stack over here of like 50 books, 50 Westerns, and that just is sort of scratching the surface of what I hope to be a much larger collection down the line, because I am starting to pick up more, and I'm enjoying the heck out of them. So that is all for now. I just wanted to make sure I got the rules down for anybody who's interested in joining us for June on the Range, and I do hope you will, and post some videos or post some blog stuff. I just really want to see other people reading this stuff and enjoying it. And yeah, that's about it for now. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break for a few days because I'm heading up to a convention, a game convention in the San Francisco Bay Area. Oh, which reminds me, there have been requests internally amongst co-hosts and externally for me to do an episode about tabletop role-playing games, Western tabletop role-playing games, since I've written for a couple of them and I play a lot of them. So that will be coming up as well in June. So if you're a gamer, I hope you'll catch that episode, because that one should be a lot of fun. I've got some stuff to show off. So that's it. So again, thank you to Michael K. Vaughan for inviting me as a co-host. I can't wait to do stuff for you guys, and I will see you all very, very soon. June on the Range is coming up. Yeah!